Good afternoon. It is truly a big day. Give me a second. Yep, now we're back. How's everybody doing today? It's a big day. Dark team's complete, chat. I got to put that in 30. I ain't gonna lie. Got reheat pizza, chat. But how we feeling, chat? We doing all right? We doing good? SWGOH is finally going to be here. I already got 10 bonus shards earlier on, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself. And I fear for the game. Chat, we may have been duped. Chat, I hate to say it, we may have been duped. Now, you're going to say, Troopers, why you say we may have been duped? I'm going to tell you why. We may have been duped into thinking that we're getting a Lord Vader buff, when in reality, that is not the case. No, 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 my kind ladies and gentlemen. We were duped into a Lord Vader farm that turned out just to be nothing more than a good old-fashioned raid team. I think we got duped into farming our Gungan team, chat. Because from early testing, from what I saw from other people, we are getting a team that can still get beaten by Mon Mothma. So the question is, oh wow, look at that pizza, chat. Woo-wee! You got some good pizza today, and hopefully it's going to be a good day. But chat, there is something that I'm concerned about. Not just the fact that we may have been duped into farming a new raid team and nothing more, because Lord Vader gets beaten by Mon Mothma. No. That's not my main concern. CG, where are the requirements at? Where are the requirements at for the raid? Because I know you're holding out on them because we're not going to like them. So you might as well give them to us. We already know Pirates is going to be a team, chat. We already know that for sure. We know Jedi Vanguards will be. We know Dark Side Clones will be. If it's both Pirate teams, we already got all 30 units. I'm hoping that's not the case, chat. Wouldn't be surprised if it is, though. Also, we are not sure whether or not this raid will be 3v3, like how the Endor raid was, or 5v5. We're not sure. We have not gotten any confirmation. We have no info on the new raid yet. It's what, a month away? They're really pressing us, chat, because Mace Windu comes in 5 weeks. Mace Windu comes in 5 weeks. What's up, Brady? So, we have no sneak peek in what the raid requirements are. No idea what it was, right? And Lord Vader getting beaten by a Mon Mothma team? It's not a good look. I'm just going to be honest. Not a good look. Honestly. What's up, Level? Level, we can't do that, bruh. We can't do that. But nah, seriously. Here's the question. If this new raid has so many new teams, it's so pay to play, what are they going to tie behind this new raid, chat? New relic level? Perhaps. Maybe a new unit. Maybe they're bringing back raid units. I don't know. What's up, Ranger? Ranger, Yoder and I had a nice little chat yesterday. Shout out to Yoder. Check out Yoder's stream later. Yoder's doing a massive Scorch stream. But we had a little conversation. If they're tying so many teams behind, so many new teams, pay-to-play teams behind this new raid, it gets you wondering, chat. It gets you wondering, what are we getting out of this raid? If it's only the currency, I'm sorry, it's sad. However, chat, there is one way they can justify this. And you're not going to like it, chat. Relic 10 or a new raid unit. Finally bring back raid units. There's so many possible outcomes for raid units, especially with Order 66, Syndraulic. You could do like another Separatist maybe. You could do Chancellor Palpatine. All depends, chat. But I think there has to be something. What's up, Moore? Butler Swan. What was Butler Swan? Ravens. And where did my pizza go, chat? Sorry, chat. I'm eating lunch while we're doing this. Because I want to be ready for Yachter's stream. Because I'm going to let him do his intro and everything. And him and I are going to be unlocking Scorch at the same time. He's taking him to Relic 9, so I'm very interested to see that. Still going to build up Darkside clones. I'll skip on Lord Vader and use Tarkin as a counter to JMK. Don't plan on any other raid teams. You say that now, Ranger. You say that now. What if they tie the new relic cap behind it? What if there's a raid unit behind it? This is all speculation. This is all theory crafting. What if that new light speed token, chat? What if the new light speed tokens are tied to the Mark III currency, chat? Then it's like, oh, if you don't farm those teams, you're going to be at a disadvantage. But CG knows what they're doing. They make these characters single shard farmable until the raid is basically done. And then they become double drop. And then by the time people get them, they get like 2 to 3 months of the top resources. And then they're useless. Because then there's a new raid. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel. And this is someone being concerned that's going to have Mace Windu day one. Jocasta New ready. I'm going to have the Vanguard team. I mean pizza, chat. And I might eat some chips. But, chat, this concern is coming from someone that wailed on the Order 66. This is concern from someone that is going to have all of the new teams outside Pirates, because who likes Pirates, right? What are we going to get? How are they going to manage these resources? And with all the new teams coming in, what's up, Boogie? With all the new teams coming in, with this being such an end game raid, what new resource are they tying behind it? CG will just buff the clones? Oh, what's up, Caleb? Been a while. Why still Lord Failure? Someone told me he gets beaten by Mon Mothma and Bo-Katan, so. We will see. Yachter's doing a big live stream. He's going to test everything. He's taking Scorch to Relic 9. But, chat, I'm more worried about this raid. I am very, very worried about this raid and what it means for the game. You're going to say, Troopers, why do you say that? Clay, you're an idiot. You're a loser. Yes, yes, I am. But here's the point, chat. Why are they doing so much endgame teams for this raid? One or two, okay. But we have the new Bad Batch, the Jedi Vanguards that require a legendary and a conquest unit. And then we have Dark Side clones and then pirates. That is 4 teams right there that are pay to play. Mark 4 raid. Spank the guy that said so. Spank myself. Got it. Mark 4 raid currency, 1 per raid, and make it like a GL alt to get a Lightspeed token. I'm wearing a shirt, chat. I'm wearing a hoodie. I like that idea. I hate to say it, Ranger. I like that idea. So they release a new currency behind the Lightspeed token for the Lightspeed token, maybe GL ultimate abilities. And then ooh, chat, what would you rather have from this right here? We'll do this. Hold on. What would you rather have as a reward for the new raid? Raid character. Raid character or new Mark 4 currency. Let's see what you guys would want. Very intrigued to see what you guys would want. Oh, the shirt's under the hoodie, Lord Ravens. But chat, I'm very curious to see what you guys would want. I personally would want a raid character. It would keep us engaged. It's not like, oh, yay, we got more currency. Like, you would feel like you're earning something every time you get more shards of that character. That's my point of view. I would love a new raid character, but we all know damn well CG ain't pulling in that much work for the raid. It's not about that much work, I would say. I'd say rather... Yeah, it's not work. It's just that with the raids cycling every year, it's hard to get those raid characters. Unless they tie them to the new Mark IV currency, right? Maybe they give us both. They need to add a hard mode cantina, challenge fleet challenge too. They're not going to do a whole new game mode, chat. Not unless it benefits them or they profit. Now, I am not going to be surprised if the Pirates... Well, no, the Pirates are just going to get an era battle. So, I don't know, chat. I am quite perplexed right now with the state of the game. Is a Mark IV raid currently coming, or are we just... We're speculating. Pizza smells weird, chat. Sorry. So chat, if they do a raid character, after 1 year cycle, they introduce the Mark IV currency, and that's how you get the character if you didn't unlock them during the time of the raid. Guilds will break up and reform if that's the case. Guilds will break and they will reform if there is a new raid character. Mark my words. But what are you guys thinking? I don't want to keep talking. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think we're getting out of this raid? What do you think the last team will be? Because we have 4 teams confirmed, chat. New Bad Batch, Dark Side Clones, Jedi Vanguards, Pirates. 4 teams. I would also like a new Rise of the Empire character. If they did that, they would have to make it Relic 9. They would have to make that Relic 9. They would have to make that a Dark Side Relic 9 planet, probably. Because look what they did with Mandalore. I think you need Relic 8 Mandalorians. Like, it's almost ridiculous, chat. It's almost ridiculous. But Caleb, if I may ask, who would you want as a raid character? If I may ask, who would you want? Add a weekly Galactic War based on era. Great idea, Boogie. They're not going to put that much time and effort into it. They won't. I promise you they're not going to do it. Chat, if we're hoping for a whole new game mode, like a new format and everything, we're not going to get it. The last true new game mode that they added, I think, was Conquest. So, yeah, it's not looking good. I shouldn't have gotten the lime. Yeah. But, I don't know, chat. I am quite worried about what this... There's a storm coming, chat. I just don't know what kind of storm it is and what it's going to bring. Pod racing is the next game mode 100%. Did he just say pod racing? Pod racing is crazy. But chat, we're not getting a new game mode. As much as I hate to say it, we're not getting a new game mode. It's just not going to happen. Doesn't make sense right now. As a raid character or a Rise of the Empire character, probably a raid relevant character that ties in Order 6, maybe a new Chancellor Palpatine for the raid unit. Not sure about Rise of the Empire. I would love to get, and this would get me to farm the new Bad Batch, Dr. Hemlock. Child Slave Anakin Legendary, yep. I just realized that Zalbar got a reskin. I'm going to check that out after the stream. I'm going to check that out after the stream, chat. But, yeah, I'm... Between Lord Vader getting beaten by Mon Mothma, pirates being added to the raid, chat, it's not looking good. It's just not looking good, chat. And that's... Can someone in the chat give me hope on this, on what's to come? Give me hope about this raid. Yeah, these are not good chips, chat. Ugh. Anyone give me hope about this new raid? Ugh. Yeah, I should not have gotten the lime ones. I'll eat some of those. But the more and more I think about it, chat, the more I don't like it. The more I don't like it, chat, at least we don't have to play Naboo raid anymore. At this point, some people might have to actually play the Naboo raid because they won't have enough teams for the new raid. Seriously. Like, that is sad, chat, that some people actually legitimately will not be able to play this raid that's coming. And that's just sad. That's just sad. Because I don't have new Bad Batch farmed up, right? Okay, I'm back. Welcome back, Lord Revens. Yeah, it's not going to be too long of a live stream chat. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about SWGOH, a little bit about the raid, see where you guys are at. And then I'm going to get ready for Yachter's stream because we're going to be testing SWGOH out. But I can't believe that. I think this is going to be the most pay-to-play raid we've ever had, chat. They will never do another one like the Speeder Bike raid where there were so many free-to-play characters available. So many. No way they ever do that again. I think Tarkins with Dark Clones will be good enough raid team to get a high score. You have to play. You have to wear a shirt. Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt. Okay. Chat, look. Underneath my hoodie. Look, chat. I have chat on. Look, chat. Shirt, hoodie, shirt, hoodie, shirt, hoodie. It's not that hard, chat. But did you hear about the Bad Batch LSB? Yes. How hard was the C-Pit raid when it first came out? It wasn't hard. It was just that you had to coordinate. You had to coordinate with your guild and submit scores at the same time, right? So it wasn't really that hard. It was just the effort that you had to put in with the guild. And, like, you had to be really communicating. But, yeah. But, yes, I did hear about the Bad Batch LSB. They are doing a Bad Batch sale coming up soon. So people can nab up them Bad Batch shards. So it's going to be what? $80 to get Lord Vader, basically? Them selling Lord Vader this easily is telling me right now that Darkside clones aren't going to be meta. They're not going to be meta. Why? I don't know why they're doing our Bad Batch sale. My guild will probably just continue to play the Speeder Bike raid because we already don't have enough for the Naboo raid. Maybe they'll make an easy team free-to-play friendly for the raid. Caleb, give me a team. I already suggested Inquisitors, 501st, Wookiees, Yoda, Kenobi. I said, what do you got, Caleb? Inquisitors, in case I didn't say that already. I don't have a lot of hope for this raid, chat, and I hope you guys know that. And this is, again, this isn't someone complaining about it. This isn't a free-to-play person complaining. This is someone who's going to have all the new teams outside of Pirates ready for the raid. I'm concerned. Wookiees aren't lore accurate. Well, neither are Pirates, so. CG threw out lore accuracy when we were doing the Oppo event, and we had to take on the First Order in the droid factory, so. Hopefully the new mace is strong. My honest thoughts, chat, I don't like... How are you doing, Morning? You excited? I am excited. Yachter, what time do I need to be ready to call you? He should be on the same level as Balin and Mommy Mando. They're putting him in the same tier as Jar Jar. Putting him in the same tier as Jar Jar, so we'll see. Pirates are lore accurate. Okay. Yachter, what time do I need to be ready to call? I'll call you immediately after the stream intro. Got it. All right, I will make sure I set aside the time. I worked ahead in school for my summer classes. I will be ready for that call. Chat, everyone, make sure you tune into Yachter's live stream. I'll pin you in my Discord. I'll tag everyone. We're going to have a good time over there. Why do you say he'll be in the same tier as Jar Jar? Released around the same time, following the same cadence. It's... Chat, I have a feeling Mace Windu's going to suck if you do not have Jocasta Nu. That's my feeling, chat. That is my early impression prediction, is that Mace Windu without Jocasta Nu is absolutely going to suck. Because they literally said in her description for her post that she is the lifter for Mace Windu. I would think Mace would be stronger since he has a conquest lifter. Define stronger. Oh, Boogie waved. Hi, Boogie. I bet Yachter has a shirt on. Okay. Okay. Chat for the last time, chat. Shirt, hoodie. Shirt, hoodie. My prediction is Mace will be... Mace will be just under Prime Darth Revan, chat. Just under Prime Darth Revan. So, maybe he can counter 1 to 2 GLs, but in decent exposure. Okay. But I think Mace will be able to counter like a few GLs, maybe here and there. But he can beat a lot of those B, C tier teams. Be able to beat some strong teams, maybe a GL or two. Yep, and a strong enough defensive team. That's my prediction. Right on the money, Caleb. Right on the money. That's what I'm thinking Mace Windu will be. It's just that, you know, they say bringing Lord Vader to his power, and then he gets countered by rebels, you know. Empire team, brand new, getting smacked around by a bunch of rebels. Not a good look, chat. Mace will be Luthen and Saw viability, and I wouldn't be surprised if you're... But chat, no, maybe I want to do a video on that. I may want to do a video on that. I'm going to hold that thought. But chat, my thoughts on the leaked images, videos, descriptions, everything on the new SWGOH. Which, by the way, Yachter will be testing in about an hour from now. Hour, 2 hours, same thing. But a full Lord Vader team with dark side clones getting countered by Mon Mothma, not a good look, chat. Not a good look. Now they're going to be like, oh, there's a Datacron that's going to come out for SWGOH that'll stop it. I want to see Yachter touch his clones. Indeed. Anyways, CG has to address it like they did with Night Sisters vs. Jabba. Oh, for sure. SWGOH will make everything right. Galaxy of Freaks. Troopers on Freaks. Trademark it, Yachter. Trademark it. No, Lord Revens. We saw video of Mon Mothma beating Lord Vader with the full dark side clone team, including SWGOH. But I gotta get ready for Yachter's stream soon. So any final thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, speculations before we get ready for Yachter's massive SWGOH stream? I bet Mon Mothma wears shirts, though. That's probably... Okay. Any speculations, final thoughts, predictions, chat, before we get into the SWGOH testing? Going once. Going twice. Alrighty, no more predictions, chat. I will see you guys Wait, I actually kind of like that Mommy Mando can beat Lord Vader, but I think it's because of a bug with Scorch. Of course it is. Of course Scorch will be bugged. But chat, I'm going to get ready for Yachter's stream. I will see you all there. I will ping you all in the Discord. We will all be hanging out there. Me, Yachter, Swag may be there. Caracal may be there. Massive stream. Scorch testing. Full Dark Side clones. Relic 9. Be there or be square. And then I will be doing my shard pulls on stream as well with him over there. So until I see you guys at Yachter's stream in about an hour, peace. Have a good night. Bye.